Hi, I'll take 2 grande mocha cotton candy frappuccinos to go, and I'm willing to pay at least up to $7. In fact, I'll gladly pay $7. I just got back from the gym. I deserve this. Man, I sure love coffee, but I feel like I'm caught in a vicious cycle. A Cori cycle, I mean coffee cycle, if you will. If I don't get my coffee, I get terrible headaches. It must be from all of this step 1 studying. I've never really thought about it before, but the word Cori sounds a lot like the word coffee. Anyway. I don't know if you heard me earlier, but I just got back from the gym. See my big muscles? That's right. This side of the image represents muscle, because I'm jacked. But if you had checked out the Pixarize Instagram, you'd have already known that. Seriously, go like us on Insta, and you can see the Pixarize team's beautiful bodies whenever you want. Yeah, go do it right now. Okay, fine, whatever, you can do it later. So where were we? Oh, that's right. Well, just because I'm jacked doesn't mean I don't enjoy a nice sugary latte chino frappe mocha. In fact, let me plop a couple more sugar cubes in my drink. As I'm sure you know, sugar cubes represent glucose, and as we gym buffs know, muscles sure love to break down sugar for energy. So let's start this cycle with some glucose in the muscle. I sure love going to Arbucks. See my Arbucks cup? Well, Arbucks should make you think of pirates, and pirates should make you think of pyruvate. Remember, my muscles love breaking down sugar via glycolysis. And what's the last intermediate of glycolysis? That's right, it's pyruvate. Now, pyruvate can be broken down a couple different ways, but we'll get to that in just a minute. So where were we? That's right. This coffee is still way too strong. Time for some milk. In fact, I always go for a bit of milk. They call it muscle milk for a reason. Besides huge gains, this milk also represents lactate, which is generated by my muscle cells from pyruvate. As an aside, the enzyme that does this is lactate dehydrogenase, but you can refer elsewhere to a scene on Fates of Pyruvate for that. And, I've got that post-workout lactate burn right now. Just look at all of this milk. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why go to lactate at all? Doesn't pyruvate just enter the Krebs cycle and generate loads of energy? Well, normally you're right, but the Krebs cycle only works if you have lots of oxygen lying around. Remember, the Krebs cycle represents aerobic metabolism. But if you have big, bad workouts like I do, your muscles will run out of oxygen pretty quickly. In fact, some muscle fibers don't even really do aerobic metabolism. I'm talking about you fast twitch muscle fibers, you. But don't worry about that for now. We can still get some more energy out of pyruvate even without oxygen. We'll just have to do a little anaerobic metabolism. No pain, no gain. But bro, I may have overdone it this time. Just look, my muscles are really accumulating lactate. And if I get any more, I may go into lactic acidosis. Then I won't be able to work out at all. Whoopsies, looks like I just spilled the milk. Man, I'm just so big. But on a more serious note, I come in here every day and pretend to spill my milk. I have so much lactate, and I really need to get rid of some of it. I don't think the employees have caught on yet.
Not again. This jock comes in here every day and does the same thing, spilling all this milk everywhere, and I've got to mop it up. Again. It's like a vicious cycle. A Cori coffee cycle. I've even started standing by this counter with my mop every morning, so I'm ready to get rid of this guy's lactate. By the way, doesn't this counter kind of look like a liver? Just look at that healthy red sheen. This liver-shaped counter helps me remember that excess lactate from the muscle gets taken care of in the liver. If I wasn't here, they'd enter lactic acidosis for sure. He sure is lucky we keep all the gluconeogenesis enzymes in the liver-shaped counter. That's right, gluconeogenesis takes place in the liver, and it's the perfect way to get rid of the excess lactate from the muscle. I just wish I didn't have to clean it up. Anyways, I've been working here for years, and I've never understood the owner's obsession with pirates. I mean, just take a look at what I'm wearing. We even have this dumb piratey Arbucks logo on our aprons. Me standing around with my pirate apron and mopping milk is supposed to represent how lactate is converted to pyruvate in the liver. Again, this is the work of the enzyme lactate dehydrogenase, operating in reverse direction compared to its function in muscle. And after cleaning up all this lactate milk, I always refill the sugar for customers. Filling the sugar canister reminds me of gluconeogenesis, the process of regenerating glucose from pyruvate. This glucose is then exported to the bloodstream. Just look at all of that sugar our customers are using out there. And that's it for the Cori cycle. And now for a recap. In muscle, glucose undergoes anaerobic metabolism to pyruvate. This pyruvate is then converted to lactate by lactate dehydrogenase. If the muscles make too much lactate, they can dump it into the bloodstream, so the liver can take care of it. The liver has the enzymes required for gluconeogenesis, so it has a special mechanism to handle the excess lactate that the muscles don't have. In the liver, lactate is first converted to pyruvate by lactate dehydrogenase working in reverse. This pyruvate is then used to generate glucose via gluconeogenesis. Since the muscles are still working hard, the liver ships the glucose back out to the bloodstream. The muscles then take it up, use it for energy, and the cycle repeats itself. By the way, all of this costs a decent amount of energy to do. It's actually pretty inefficient. But hey, the muscles really need to get rid of lactate and move energy from the liver to the muscle.
But if you overwhelm these mechanisms to get rid of lactate, lactic acidosis can occur. And nobody wants that. I've actually been flexing this whole time. I feel like I'm about to enter lactic acidosis myself. And truth be told, I'm really kind of insecure about my size. But don't tell anyone I told you that, okay? Now back to the gym.